Marcus Aurelius lived by an unspoken motivation rule, which is not what you envision. This statute is about personal control and inner discipline. It is not based on motivation speeches or never-ending enthusiasm. This is the kind of legislation that doesn't wait for your feelings to line up or the ideal moment. Break this law, and you will suffer results much worse than mere failure. It's not about losing, it's about getting caught in your own inaction and justifications. The unspoken truth is straightforward. Ignore it, and you allow for pain. Every moment you wait on motivation to arise, you slow your advancement, and little by little fall into the pattern of regret and procrastination. More than anyone, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, understood this. He became excellent at acting despite his emotions. He didn't depend on motivation. His key to long-lasting energy was not a temporary burst of power, but rather a strong dedication to discipline. Prepared to be informed about the one statute that might permanently change how you live life. The law: pay attention to what you may control. Marcus Aurelius' attitude was grounded in the realization that we just control our reactions and deeds. Other than our control, circumstances, outside events, other people's views are beyond us. Even though he knew life would present many difficulties, Aurelius would not have outside influences define his tranquility. His secret was to center on what he could manage and release all else. Simply said, the law is to concentrate only on what is under your control and let go of everything else. This covers your reactions to events, your chosen thoughts, and your decisions on action. Whether it is a different person's behavior, the weather, or an unexpected setback, everything outside of this sphere is not yours to handle. Breaking this rule causes anxiety, stress, and a constant loop of suffering. Wasting our energy on issues we cannot control depletes our mental power, erodes our willpower, and sets us for failure. Mastering the law of focus enables us to take significant steps and prevent needlessly anxiety. Regaining control of your response to hardship allows you to recover your power. Today, therefore, what will you pay your attention to? That which you can manage, or that over your head? The risks of expending energy on the uncontrolled. Marcus Aurelius cautioned us against burning energy on stuff we have no power handed over. His attitude was straightforward. Effort spent on unmanageable elements is just wasted energy. In the face of life's difficulties, it's rather simple to become caught up in anger, frustration, or anxiety about things beyond our control. Aurelius, though, realized that this is a direct road to misery. Resisting the unavoidable, be it the deeds of others, the uncertainty of life, or the results of events we have no control over. Much of our irritation in current times results from this. We squander valuable energy trying to change the unchangeable rather than on what we could control. This creates emotional turmoil, mental fatigue, and disorientation. Fixating on the unchangeable makes you focus away from the areas where you may improve. You get caught in a cycle of stress, distraction, and disempowerment. Though we usually spend many hours pondering over these issues and convincing ourselves that if only we could change them, things would be different, you cannot manage others' behavior, the climate, or the way the world operates. Truth be told, focusing on things beyond your control restricts one's development. It saps your energy and therefore the focus and willpower you need to reach objectives. Aurelius would say that the road to peace and growth rests in concentrating only on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses. Only then can you break free from the cycle of suffering and make meaningful progress. The acceptance discipline. If one wants to really follow the law of motivation, they need to accept discipline. Marcus Aurelius realized that only suffering, anger, and never-ending battle result from opposition to reality. He followed the philosophy that regardless of our wishes or aspirations, life will unfold as it does. Stoic motivation's secret rests in embracing life completely rather than trying against the current of life. Many times, people see acceptance as apathy or lack of strength. Actually, this is a great gift as it lets the mind out of the chains of continual internal conflict. Fighting against what cannot be changed depletes valuable mental and physical energy. Aurelius realized that fighting external events only served to consume one's spirit. Rather than fight reality, he decided to direct his energy on managing his responses and choices inside the scope life gave. Acceptance of what you cannot control enables you to concentrate on what you can change, your reactions, actions, and thoughts. Releasing the urge to control what cannot be altered frees one from useless pain. This acceptance is what enables you to advance with direction, intent, and tranquility. Acceptance, not resignation, comes from force. It gives a basis of mental calm, so you can stay concentrated and effective no matter external circumstances. Practicing acceptance helps you to have a mindset that is tough, flexible, always in line with your goal. Acceptance is the key to gaining the calm needed to follow your objectives and live a life of steady activity. Work over agonizing. Locking a difficulty, Marcus Aurelius knew that anxiety is the foe of advancement. Where others would have let fear or doubt rule, he concentrated on activity. The implicit law he followed calls for you to put activity above concern, taking conscious small steps forward rather than fixating on results outside of your power. Though fear of the unknown is a natural response, Aurelius realized only anxiety over the future immobilizes you. The law makes it clear: you cannot control what happens next, but you can control what you do right now. Every second spent worrying is time not used to act. Aurelius did not unnecessarily use valuable mental power, worrying about potential failure or pondering what-ifs. Acting on the present moment, he believed that every step forward would bring him nearer to his aim. Worrying about matters beyond your control only saps your ability to act. Worry impairs your judgment and sets off an eternity of inactivity. Still, by selecting activity over concern, you generate forward motion. Even the littlest choices add up to result in development, growth, and understanding. The Stoic attitude reminds us that the procedure is more essential than the result. Emphasizing what you can do now helps you to always be advancing as per the law of motivation. So, when confronted with difficulty, ask yourself, what can I do today to take action? Worrying about the result is irrelevant, but the action you take will always push you nearer to your target, the results of disobeying the law. Ignoring this legislation will mean that your suffering is self-inflicting. Not to pay attention on what you may control lets outside situations govern your attitude. You are trapped in a loop of anger, resentment, and anxiety, always fighting wars that do not exist against things you cannot change. One cannot help but follow the rule of concentrating on what one can manage. Breaking it lets emotional turmoil into your life. Every second spent fighting reality only serves to exaggerate your inner unrest. Peace comes from acceptance. Otherwise, you will spiral into a never-ending state of worry. Not following this directive allows everything outside of your control to take control. In so doing, you lose yours power. Breaking this law leads to a life filled with internal strife, perpetual pain, and chaos all around. Knowing that violating the unspoken rule of motivation only brings misery, Marcus Aurelius grasped. The perpetual battle against what you cannot control saps your serenity and weakens your intellect. but you open a life free of constant conflict when you pay attention exclusively on what you can influence and let go of what is beyond your control. True motivation is from self-control, not from temporary feelings or from outside influences. Through acceptance of the law of concentrating on your actions, you become unshakable and free from the turmoil around you. You pick control over chaos, activity above concern, and acceptance over resistance. Will you follow the law of focusing on your actions and take charge of your life? Alternately, will you continue to suffer by trying to control the uncontrollable, allowing frustration to dictate your peace? Before the pain sets in, subscribe for more Stoic knowledge and find out how to live in keeping with this unsaid code. Don't hold off change for outside events to present themselves. Change your attitude, change your behavior, change your life.